Hello, I'm Gideon Hodge, and this is Beer Country.
That's that table drawer.
Slate, please.
Gideon, stop snoring.
Right here.
Here we are with Joey, what's that last name again? Charpentier with Gnarly Barley here at the Louisiana Brewers Bash. And what are the two beers that we're trying out here?
Alright, we have Catahoula Common, sweet lighter style left there, and then we have the Corona Milk Porter.
Ooh. Now I am a fan of milk porters.
Great.
Can you tell us a little bit about the lighter one first?
Alright, Catahoula Common is kind of a play on California Common, beer style.
Okay.
So, sort of lager, sort of ale, atypical fermentation.
All right.
So it's a lager yeast fermented a little bit warmer than you would normally do. So it's a little bit more fruity than say something you've been having a Pilsner or anything like that.
Okay.
So you kind of get that kind of crisp smoothness that you would with a Pils or similar styles, but
All right.
a little bit more fruity kind of notes with it. And a little bit of hop in the nose as well.
All right. And what about the darker one over here?
Corona Milk Porter. So with that, we actually put lactose in it, which is milk sugar. So you're
Okay.
getting a lot of sweet. Lactose essentially unfermentable. It's like 99% unfermentable. So a lot of what we add is actually in the taste.
But they broke the code.
Yes. So you're gonna get some of that sweetness. In addition to that, you're getting a lot of kind of coffee, roasted notes as well. So
Okay.
anything
Yeah, I got
milk,
the coffee. I mean,
that sort of thing.
Everyone just knows what I'm composed of,
Yeah.
apparently.
Porters and stouts, coffee is very popular. What kind of coffee did you use?
There's actually no coffee in it. It's all kind of from the malts themselves, the way that you roast them.
Okay.
So they're roasted or kilned to a certain degree, and it just kind of the reactions that take place with that lend itself to like those flavors.
I
So there's
never
actually
knew
no
that.
coffee or anything like that in the brew.
My whole
So-
life has been a lie.
From your perspective, what kind of food do you think would best be suited with these sorts of beers?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is spicy. Just because, I mean, with something kind of a clean, more like a common.
I like that.
That's nice. It's got a nice, mine's got like a nice light floral hint to it.
This is really rich, but not so much to where you have that bite afterward. It's really, it's smooth, but it also kind of has a hint of like nuttiness.
Okay, yeah.
No pun intended.
Like I say, again, the malts there coming out, and a lot of that's going to come through Munich. Some bready notes as well, kind of mixing in there.
What kind of food would you think would pair well with these kinds of beers?
Well, what I like to pair with it would be spicy food. With that,
With the stout?
milk porter,
Oh, the
for
porter.
sure. Just because that sweetness can cut into some of the spice.
Okay.
So I like that. The common as well, just because, I mean, it's kind of an easygoing beer, so I feel like I can pair it with a lot of options.
Okay. The coffee aroma hits you right away on this one.
That's what I liked about it.
Like you can smell the coffee on this one.
For sure I am.
And this one's just very light and kind of refreshing almost.
Sort of that crisp aspect that you get out of
This would go
lagers.
really great with chicken. Spicy chicken kind of stuff.
Pad thai.
There you go.
Something with some basil in it.
What about Gnarly Barley? Can you tell us how you guys started out? What got you wanting to brew beer and starting up this company?
Okay, so there's only 3 people in the company, 2 owners and myself.
Simple.
Yeah, keep it small.
Grassroots.
The 2 owners, Zach and Carrie, couple, we're just kind of sitting around one day and they just decided, why not? I mean, it's a home brewer for a long time. Just really couldn't see any other option.
Is this something that you guys have been doing for a while now, just on your own time?
As far as homebrewing, yes. I mean, probably 4 or 5 years back for me personally. For him, maybe a little bit longer. But then other than that, it was just like looking at 9 to 5 versus own my own company and just drink and make beer all day.
Who wouldn't want to make beer for a living?
Yeah, so that's generally how the idea started. Just kind of going to local events, like on Tap and other like events, even like North Shore and different things.
So did you start out with just like a basic kit like most other people do and just kind of experimented on your own?
For myself, yes. Just kind of like going into the homebrew shop and just asking like, hey, what can I start with? And then it just kind of blossomed from there. And so I was, just drinking beer from other local breweries. I was like, well, I can do that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
why
so
not?
if Joey can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah. So that's just kind of how it began. And just kind of kept chugging away. And just for both of us, it just became, I can't see myself doing anything else. So it just became this, fever pitch.
One thing I've got to ask, because I'm somewhat envious of your position, how do you drink as much beer as you do and stay as skinny as you do?
Well, that's a great question I've been asking.
Give me your secrets.
Oh man. I mean, I do nothing.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Tell me now.
I just drink beer and eat a shit ton of food.
And
It just
purge?
doesn't.
And
No,
purge?
it just doesn't. I don't know what the hell goes on. But
After the brewery thing, he's going to start selling diet pills. So just keep on the watch out for
It's in the
those.
works.
Having started off as a home brewer, how do you decide the flavors that you're going to use for your upcoming brews that you're going to release?
well, I mean, you just gotta kind of look at it by style. I mean, there's a lot of different options you can do. I mean, there's so many parts. I mean, just between the malts, different hops, water chemistry, yeast selection. I mean, it's just a million different variables that you can even put together. So really, you just kind of want to start with a vision and say, I want to make something more malty that'll kind of limit other selections. As far as like yeast or your water profile and certain things. You
And
kind of start to trim it down.
What, in your opinion, is the most important part of the process?
Single-handedly, I have to say, just quality or like precision, making sure that you can like repeat what you do. So as far as sanitation, cleaning, making sure all that's on point, and that's going to be your biggest struggle. Because I mean, you can make the same recipe as far as like a grain bill and other things.
Human
but,
error.
if you don't clean properly, sanitize things, it's pretty much for naught. Just because you're going to get wild yeast, bacteria is potentially in there.
I don't know why, but I like the sound of the wild yeast.
Yeah, wild yeast. They're crazy. But
Wild yeast beer.
But yeah, I mean that would have to be it. It's just sanitation.
We're fairly sure she doesn't have goodies, but
We're a sharing team here. at-
sharing is caring.
Cheers to that.
So how did you choose? Oh yeah, no, cheers. Bring it in. All right. How did you? What made you choose these particular selections right here as some of your launch beers for Gnarly Barley?
Well, in the beginning, just kind of trying out different styles. It's part of the fun of being a home brewer is just doing everything that you can. So all these different styles, whatever. And I think a large part of it is just the enjoyment that we got out of them. So it's just sitting at home, like, okay, well, we make these beers, and it's like, well, this is what I want to drink.
Okay.
So we have fun with these styles, so let's go forward with them. Because, I mean,
So these were your favorites at home.
yes, so, that's a large part of it. Because, I mean, like, if we have to sit there every day, I mean, why would we want to make something that you enjoy?
What started you as either a beer enthusiast or a brewer?
The very beginning would have had to have been just a buddy of mine. He's brewing beer, it's like you go over to his house and it's like tinkering away in the kitchen with all this stuff.
Mad scientist, out in the lab.
And it looks crazy. So it's like you go in and you're like, what is this? And it's like, I can make beer and not buy it.
I can create life.
Blown.
So I mean, that's just like the initial interest is that, I'm gonna make my own, just drink it at my house.
Fantastic.
And then I never have to go to the grocery store again.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. Inquiring minds want to know: do you have to wear a beard net when you're making this beer?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
All right. Let it roam free.
Yeah, it's gotta be clean.
That,
All right.
The hairs add to the
Just
flavor.
don't sprinkle them, anywhere.
All right. If you get if you get a Joey beard hair, it's a collectible. Hold on to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be valuable one day. All right. Well, Joey, thank you very much for coming in
Absolutely.
and putting up with us.
Sharing.
Cheers.
All right.
Whatever you're
Bring 'em
doing, keep that body as fit as you are.
Right? We
Keep it up.
need to know your secrets. All right.
And email me as soon as you divulge your
Yeah.
secrets.